Obesity is a major healthcare issue. It's an epidemic, yes, because it cuts across continents and all over the globe. And one thing you should know is that it reduces life expectancy by a quarter. Well, my name is Fashion Tolani. I'm your Nutrition Gist Media Queen from the Savage Line. And this is, a nutrition gist where we get to talk to ourselves about health, about lifestyle, and of course about nutrition. Who told you that you are overweight? Before you conclude that you're overweight, there are some parameters that you must consider, and I'll mention them. I'll mention 3. Number 1 is the BMI. The BMI. Okay, so we are going to go on a short break now, and we'll be right back to continue on this series. Stay with me. So I talked about the BMI, the 3 major parameters that you can use to determine if you are overweight or not. Number 1, the BMI, that is the body mass index. That is what it means. And it gives you the ratio. By the time you do that calculation, you will know where you fall. The second thing is the WHR. We call it the weight-hip ratio. It helps you know the category of where fat is more deposited on your body. And of course, the third are the types of body parts. We have the apple shape and the pear shape. We have the different types of body part, the apple shape, the pear shape. The pear shape is the beautiful one that men really like, when the hips, is more accentuated, and then the waist is thin, And then, there's so much research that proves that women who have this beautiful stature, they give birth to more intelligent children than women who are, bigger and the waist more than the hips. So the pear shape is the beauty shape. But even if you're overweight and you have this shape, you need to do a whole lot of things, and we'll talk about that in due time. But then if you have the other type of shape, the apple shape, that doesn't really look too fine, where people are busty on the upside, there's so much fat here, and then thin, very thin at the lower side. Number 1, it poses more health risk because they are more at risk of cardiovascular issues. And then research proves that children born from such women may not be as perfectly, they can be okay, but just they notice that children from the thin waist are more sound and more intelligent than children from those that have more elaborate kind of waist side. Okay, so now I have told you the right parameter. So if you do the weight to hip ratio, you do the BMI, and those figures, you are not more than 24.5 kilogram, then you are not overweight. If anybody questions you, tell them a registered dietitian on TV told you that you are not overweight. So the parameters: BMI, weight hip ratio, and of course type of body part. Talk about the vagina.
Okay.
Yes, there's so much. Out there, you hear people say, I have this toilet disease, I have this infection. What is it about this sensitive part of the female body?
Usually when we talk about the vagina, it is very central to the female. So if there is any issue, especially that goes on as regards health, the woman is usually disturbed. Studies have a high percentage of cases of women that once they have either a vaginal discharge, they tend to find it very uncomfortable and a bit worried. So that is why the vagina is quite central for the female as regards its health, because in most clinics that usually comes up, a patient will ask you, or if we want me to use the word a client, that doctor, What do I do? Efficient is better. What do I do as regards my vagina? Do I use this soap or do I use that? But it is simple. You see, the way the vagina is made, nature has made the vagina in such a way that there are organisms that are in vagina. We call them the lactobacilli. Yes. These organisms, what they essentially do is that they break down the glycogen. Glycogen is a sort of sugar that is in the vaginal wall. And when they break it down, they increase the pH. That is, it makes the vagina a bit acidic so that it will prevent the colonization of other microorganisms that can cause diseases. So when this occurs, this is actually the normal vaginal health. But however, there are things that people can do or individual can do that can alter this pattern. And once this milieu, we call it the normal vaginal milieu, is altered, environment, yes, you see that the vagina now becomes a bit alkaline because it can either have acidic or alkaline. And once you push it up, that means you can encourage organisms to grow. And there are numerous organisms that can grow. So what's supposed to actually be a normal vaginal health, or what's supposed to be a normal microorganism that's supposed to protect the vagina, becomes a hostile organism to the vagina itself.
This is the program for you, whoever you are, big, tall, slim, white, black, whatever color, whatever size you are. This program is tailored just for you. It's a program designed for fitness, wellness, and health. It's a program like no any other. And I promise you that it's going to be a bumper, and a thrilling program. Welcome back from that video clip. Well, that's one of my major events of every year. It's tagged Fitness Independence Party. I'm sure you enjoyed it.